So next up, I want to bring Shiloh Carnes, who's a member of Plan in Las Vegas.
They're cheering for your haircut as well as for the organization that you're in.
I knew you were coming today.
Thank you very much, sir. I appreciate it.
One of the things that we usually do in Las Vegas when I go to another city is to give the speaker or host the shirt off my back. But because I'm wearing a tank top today and I didn't bring my other shirt, I can't do that right now. So what I'm going to do is offer you one of our ribbons that we use and carry on our wrist. It's a Fight for 15. And
So
I appreciated what you said.
I just want to interrupt you to say this. Look, you're from Las Vegas. My family now, I said my grandmother died in Las Vegas. My father died in Las Vegas. My mom still lives there. They work to found the Las Vegas Urban League.
Okay.
They're very much engaged in activism, so you know that. So I'm proud to be with you in Nevada. Oh, this is awesome. This is awesome. All right.
And I lived in New Jersey for 9 years. My name is Washington Carnes. I'm 58 years old from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. I'm now living in Las Vegas, Nevada. I am a fast food worker, and I have been one for 20 years. I recently joined with other fast food workers here in Las Vegas and across the country to fight for better pay in my America. As a black man, I have struggled to take care of my family, being the sole breadwinner due to my wife not working. I've had to get outrageous payday loans to keep my family from being put out on the street. I've had to work overtime to pay them off and still pay bills on $8.50 an hour. I've even worked holidays without so much as a thank you or even a pay increase. Right now, I am responsible for this young man right here, who is my grandson, Chance.
All right, Chance.
And what I'm saying to you is, if I continue to struggle as a man, as a husband, as a father, and as a grandfather, what chance does my grandson Chance have when he grows up? Will a low-paying job, jail, or death be his future? Families all over the Mountain West are suffering right now. We're struggling real hard to try to make ends meet. My pay, just like their pay, does not go any further than what it does, okay? There are families that are being headed by immigrants, blacks like myself, and single mothers who are suffering and need help real bad. My pay, like I said, isn't what it used to be, isn't even close to what it used to be. And I want to know what Secretary Clinton, as president, what she will do for families like mine and my grandson in the Mountain West.
That's beautiful. Thank you very much. Thank you. So I flew into Iowa to go help Secretary Clinton, and we had a campaign stop. And I've rolled with lots of politicians on campaign stops. But she was interested when we were at this diner about the people working in the kitchen. And when our server came up, it wasn't just niceties. The conversation immediately went to, hey, you got kids? She said, yes. She goes, I'm a single mom. And she was supporting 2 kids. And then she just went on what her story was. She works this job full time, making tipped wage, and on top of that, she has to work another job just to try to make ends meet. And I already know what happens to Americans who work in the food service industry. About 10% of Americans is how they get jerked around with shifts, how they get jerked around with tips. There's so much fraud and abuse in the system the way it's structured right now.
Yes, it is.
And so this is the affront to America. When the idea of the minimum wage in the 1960s was put in place, if we had pegged that to actual inflation and the cost of living increases, it would be 30% higher right now. If we had pegged it to productivity, it would be even dramatically higher than that. And so we know that productivity has increased in this country. We know that inflation and costs have gone up in every way. But where has all that money gone that are being earned? Where's all the earnings done as our economy has grown? They have not gone to working people in this country. And so what is offensive to Hillary Clinton, and this is when I sit with her and I watch her face when she's talking to somebody and I see the anguish in her eyes, is that the deal in America is not working anymore, and we need to do the basic, obvious things, which are policy decisions, to shift that. The fundamental floor is to raise the minimum wage. And don't let people separate. You started out, we here in Nevada, it's not we, it's all of us in America, whether you're in Newark, New Jersey, in Atlanta, Georgia, whether you're in Southern California, we're all in this together, and it's going to take all of us to push to fight to increase the minimum wage. But HRC does not want to stop there. What she says is we need to start making sure that people have pathways towards career development at every stage of their life. And that's these targeted investments that I'm proud that she has a focus on, which is saying we need to invest so that everybody has access to skills and training that doesn't bankrupt your family, where you can still work but start getting the skills you need to get the jobs of the 21st century. And we need to not simply wait and hope. We don't need to simply stop and wait and hope that those jobs suddenly materialize. That's the thing. King said so eloquently, change does not roll in on the wheels of inevitability. This idea that the private market will take care of everything is one of the perversions. We need to start doing what our competitors are doing and investing in those industries like the new energy industry. There are more people right now that are employed by solar than are employed by coal. But yet, where are all the tax breaks going? All they're going is to the old energy that is not only not producing the jobs it used to produce, but it's also polluting our atmosphere and undermining our children's future with asthma and other environmental crimes. And so I will say right now, to have a president like HRC who's fought for tax breaks not for old energy, but for new energy, who's fought for training and job programs that get people ready for 21st century jobs, and that says if you are working a full-time job in this country, you should not be poor. If you're willing to roll up your sleeves, work, and sweat, you should have a solid middle-class life. And that doesn't just mean the minimum wage, it means the other things that are important to a family, like sick leave. One of the hardest things I hear is, you look at Chance there, is if Chance gets sick, you know how many families in America, how many moms have to make this awful, tragic choice to decide between whether I stay and try to get a paycheck or whether I be home with my kid. That choice should never be a choice, because her having to make a tragic choice is a tragedy for all of us in this country, because we don't get the benefit when a mom is not there for a sick child from that child growing up and being able to contribute to us all with his genius. Thank you.
Thank you.